What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, Big Us. Guys, thank you so much once again for all the support, for all the messages, all the requests that you guys want to learn from me. So that makes me happy, and that was the reason why I made this channel, is to help you guys and bring the best details out there, you know, like every possible detail that I can show you guys to make your game and your situation better. I will do it, so I appreciate. Guys, today we're gonna be working some of very important details that I didn't go deep into it yet, but I always mentioned to you about the lasso details, like how to avoid the problems. Okay, so I have so many requests about the leg lasso. A lot of people getting my instructionals. I appreciate. I just want to say thank you so much once again. Now they're having a hard time how to stay connected, how to prevent mistakes. Oh, Marcos, I'm doing this, the person's doing that, so what I do with this, what I do with that. So I'm gonna show you guys today 5 small mistakes that can become a huge things into your connections. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some little by little so you guys understand, because you guys are already doing the technique right. But now what comes the problem is what the person is doing to give you a hard time. Okay, so you guys drill, doing great. I believe you guys are watching the videos so many times and then you drill, great. But when it comes to a sparring, a live session, live training, things start happening. Okay, and I'm gonna point very small details right here. So I separate 5 today for you guys, and I believe that's gonna make your lives a lot easier right here. Okay, so if you have a hard time in the lasso game, how to connect, how to stay connected, this video is for you. So we're gonna be here. I always mention, and I will always say, you cannot put detail number 1. You cannot try lasso with your back flat on the mat. It's the biggest mistake that you can do it. Okay, but you're still doing it because sometimes you don't realize you have the sleeves and you put right there. So mistake number 1: do never put lasso flat. You have to be complete on your side. So for example, I'm here, I'm there, right there. I open my guard, I have both sleeves right here, and then I just decide to do this. And then it feels fine, feels okay, until the person start moving around and then start pulling this elbow back. And then from here, if I decide to bring my foot in, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so you cannot put the lasso flat. Okay, so the best way that you can do it is pivot your hip, turn to the side, and then go. But you cannot do this. Once again, put the lasso in and then flat. Your knee pops out and then your connection becomes loose, becomes weak. And then you're wondering why I cannot get a sweep, why I cannot take the person to the side, is because you're flat. Okay? So before you move on, make sure you do a pit stop and do like an x-ray, like to say, do like an x-ray how your position, how your body's positioning. This way you can identify right away, and then okay, oh, I'm flat. Get down, dip it in, and now have the proper lasso sideways. Because my leverage is coming from my hip. If I'm flat, my hip lose mobility, and then with my leg I won't be able to sweep the person because I'm flat. Okay, so do never put lasso from here. Okay, so you always get your side, put the lasso in and stay right here, and then foot goes on the mat. Now the leverage start going over there. See how powerful it is? So please, once again, if you're watching my instructionals, make sure that you keep paying attention to that. If you are like lasso lover, you really like this game, you number one, first thing first, do never stay flat, okay? So there's a few times that you can stay flat, but in not this situation. This is not a situation to be flat. Whenever you're connecting a lasso, you have to be sideways, okay? And don't do this. Don't go sideways, put the lasso, and then go back flat. Big mistake. Kills your leverage 100%. I'll say 1000%. So stay sideways, okay? So stay sideways because you always have mobility to attack, mobility to defend, mobility to connect, disconnect, so you understand more. Like, perfect example, how you do a hip escape, flat or sideways? And why you do a hip escape is to separate. Separate out, go back in, same thing with the lasso, it's not different, so stay sideways, okay? Never flat, okay? So keep your eyes on the mistake number 2. So mistake number 2, it's like, not just specific in the lasso situation, but since we are talking about lasso, we're gonna use that, and it's like amazing, and it makes you realize that sometimes you're doing it and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. So never do lasso with one grip only, okay? So your secondary grip, your second grip have to be connected somewhere, okay? So your secondary grip is the most important grip. So this way you have a better control of the person. You turn the wheel easy. You just one, okay? So with one you do half. With two you do like full motion. And the secondary grip is the most important thing on the lasso. For example, I'm here, okay? So I'm there. I'm gonna get to my side as a mistake number 1. Avoid the mistake number 1. Lasso grip, I put right here and then let go. Now from here, what I can do from here with one hand. So now he has that hands to block me, and then from here. So what I'm gonna do with the second hand, I'm gonna start pivot right here. The person can use the second hand to push my knee down and disconnect, and then from here I lose everything. Doesn't matter where your hand is, preferable control his hand, like here, sideways, preferable hands right here. If he circle the hands out and I cannot get, he's not giving me the sleeves again, we'll keep it away, circle on the grip, on the collar. Anywhere from the collar, I don't play much same side, but you could go. I only play this collar when the person stands up, and we're gonna see in a little bit. But right now is preferable sleeves or collar to keep my lasso in, and my bottom foot to stay in. Okay, so preferable on the sleeves, because from here I can manage. I can come up on my elbow, I can stay tight, and then I can start work on the sweep a lot easy, right? I can start bring my foot in, elevate, sit up, okay? And then from here I go. So my second hands have to be controlled no matter what, have to be placed somewhere on the person's body, and that's fact. You cannot do lasso without the secondary grip, okay? So just keep in mind right here, how is the secondary grip is important. So come here for a second, play the spider guard on me, just to give you an example. Guard is open, he has, look, he has both control, right? So now let go one of your grip. Yeah, he let go one. Now control myself. He can have this grip, but he has nothing. It's easy to disconnect. And it's exactly the same thing for the lasso. If you have one lasso grip, don't sleep with the second one. So the second one have to be somewhere on the person. And I'm talking about non-stop. Is 5 minute round. 5 minute round is stick with the both sleeves, both grips. So mistake number 2, do not play lasso with one leg, with one grip only. Okay? Your secondary grip is the most important grip to keep your lasso tight and connect. Okay? So keep eyes on mistake number 3, and it just gets better and better, guys. So those are gold. Those are valuable details. If you understand these connections, you understand the whole lasso game. Okay, mistake number 3, it just gets better and better. Lasso game it's not just put your leg right there and solve the problem. It doesn't work like that. So there's a combo, there's a combinations that you have to do. It's like solve the puzzle. You have to control the corner, you have to put the corner together and then you start building up. Lasso game works like that. A lot of people think that that lasso looks good. Whenever they do it, drill is great because I do it against him and then he do against me, everything beautiful world, everything's perfect. But when I go against him, even if we drill for 1 hour straight, and then when you go for live sparring, live training, and I'll go exactly the same thing that I drill for him, he's gonna give me a hard time. The perspective is like, oh my god, I didn't expect that, and that's what makes the jiu-jitsu interesting. And on the lasso game, it's like that. You have to understand what the person is giving to you so you can go against and then go back and forth until who gets first. Okay? On mistake number 3 is one my eyes have to keep eyes on is do never let the person control your bottom leg. If your bottom leg is trapped, you lose like 80%, I would say even 90% of your leverage of your hip. Because from here, my leg goes that way. I have a lasso this side, over my pink toe right there, and then with this foot, I pivot my hip that way. And that's how I would say 95% of my lasso sweep comes from the bottom foot, because the bottom foot supports my hip and the power comes from my hip. Okay? So everything's in the hip. Okay? Goes right here. I have the lasso, right? And then I place, I'm sideways. Mistake number 1, don't get flat, stay to your side. Mistake number 2, keep your grip, secondary grip. Place my foot right there. And then the mistake number 3 reminds you a little bit why you cannot let go of the sleeves, because the person can pin the leg down and trap right there. And now from here, if the person keeps the weight outside, now I stay heavy, I cannot sweep him that way because it's so heavy. Why? Because my leg is trapped. Okay? But then, of course, there is sweep that I can do from here. That is one of my favorite ways. But I want to keep your eyes on that. Don't let him trap the leg, just go for the sweep. Okay? So if the person traps the leg, you have a bottom line game that maybe your last chance to go for the sweep. Okay? So I have shown this sweep many times, but my goal here is to show you that you cannot do this mistake that let the person trap. Maybe he didn't even step over my leg, but he holds me hold the pants right here. Yes. And maybe he holds with this hand, the lasso hands. Now I'm screwed up. Now I lose mobility with my hip. So my leg has to be mobile. So look, I'm gonna show you, move that a little bit. I'm gonna show you how is important this leg. So if the person starts circling around, foot goes in the hip, back in. If you push my leg down and start circling around, this leg right here, this leg go up, move this way. Look how the bottom leg, so I let go, he starts circling around, and then bring my bottom leg in, and now go back there, and second grip goes in. So consistent moving my leg around to keep the person under control. Okay? So bottom leg is useful to get out of a bad situation, and the bottom leg is good to avoid the situation gets worse. And the benefits of the bottom leg, once again, is to help me pivot my hip. So bottom leg have to be free. If the person starts trapping the leg, at least keep your both sleeves, because he's not gonna circle around. Understand? So bottom leg cannot be controlled anyhow. Okay? So make sure that you use the bottom leg to escape, to sweep the person, keep frame the person, don't let the person pass, and that's how it goes. Okay? So doing these videos, you guys gonna keep sending me a lot of questions. If this happened, what I do? I cover up that next. But for now, let's focus on those small mistakes that if you're learning how to do lasso now, these are the mistakes that comes with a higher price. So number one, don't get flat, stay sideways. Number two, keep your secondary grip, okay? Number three, don't let the person hold your leg or fully control your legs, okay? And it gets better and better. Those mistakes that it's make your life miserable right there, okay? So if you keep eyes on those points right here, your lasso game will never have a problem. I guarantee you won't get your guard pass and you will sweep the person, okay? So keep eyes on mistake number 4, okay? So the mistake number 4, it's also very important too, okay? Mistake number 4, there are a lot of people, I just put in order, once again, I put in order so you guys understand, but you can always mix it up the order. And the most important thing is not the order, but is how I keep my eyes on those points, okay? So I just number so you guys follow and oh, this is right. So I guarantee guys, I like I said, I always like to tell me I'm not the best out there, but I always try my best to help you guys. And I guarantee if you guys keep eyes on those points, you guys will be very successful and you guys gonna give a hard time to high level belts. I'm not talking about white belts or vice versa, doesn't matter. You're gonna give a hard time to whoever you train with, whoever you fight with, as long as you stay organized with those points, okay? So mistake number 4, also, it's in my opinion, very valuable, it's gold, is when I'm playing guard, right here, I open my guard, get to my side, everything follows, never gets flat, you know, I always keep the secondary grip. And the mistake number 4 is, oh, back a little bit, this way, yeah, is when the person start pushing my leg down, boom, and then start controlling my collar. Exactly. If the person controls my collar and then take the knee out, start circle around. If the person start, yes, boom, boom, circle around and start pull yourself, yes. Now from here, I lost my connection of my lasso, but I still have the sleeves, okay? So the reason why I don't like the person to control my collar, because I get tight, I get heavy right here, and then the person crunch it in, okay? So what I have to do here, don't let the person control your collar. The best way to control the collar is, first of all, I told you, if you don't have the secondary grip, this is where he's gonna land on it. And that's gonna give you a hard time. So secondary grip, if you have the secondary grip, this won't happen, okay? But like I say, nothing happened, nothing gonna be in a beautiful world, so problems will happen, so you have to understand. So this hand goes in the biceps. Just block the biceps, don't even push. Now I'm gonna be from here, my feet is out. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna start separating my upper body away. Now comes bottom leg. Now get sideways, replace my foot on the biceps, secondary grip, and now I reset my lasso grip sideways. Okay? So if the person, and maybe I'm here there, and the person hold for here and start circling around. Boom, my foot fall, boom, I move my upper body away from the person because my knee is really deep, and now bottom leg square in the front, start bringing my hip in, he's not gonna fall, he's gonna reset his base, get my grip, reset all the points, both sleeves, my knee on the shoulder, my foot on the hip, okay? So follows very easy when I'm going from sideways, foot, never let him control, the foot, like I said before, the foot had to be mobile, my leg had to be mobile from the bottom, don't let the person control, and also don't let the person control my upper body, and don't let the person control the collar, and more than that, don't even let the person hug your head. So from sideways, you always move your upper body away. For the reason, like, that's why I like this knee deep so much, because from the knee deep, come here a second, with my knee deep inside, right here, if the person has the collar grip, Look, I'm not even gonna use this guy right here. With the knee deep, I'm gonna do this move myself out, and then of course, second grip. If my knee was out, look at the problem. The person here, I will be able to go, look the difference. I went all the way down, and still have, because my knee was out. And that's the problem, okay? So, mistake number 4, don't let the person control your collar or even your head, okay? Use your knee, your deep knee, to push the person away and also get your side. You move more to the side than actually pushing, so like extending, okay? So mistake number 4, don't let the person control your upper body. Use your bottom leg to frame, top knee, push the person away, and don't let the person hug your head as well, okay? So keep your eyes on mistake number 5. Okay, so mistake number 5, okay, is one of the very common mistakes, because you're doing it but you don't realize that you're doing it, okay? So like I say, action reaction. So what the person is doing to pass my lasso, to give me the hardest time in the lasso, stands up. That's what kills my leverage the most, when it stands up. Why? Because my hip, 95% of the sweep comes from my hip. If the person stands up, there's no hip power, and that's the problem. Mistake number 5 is more like you just want to hold it and you don't want to let go, because you want to play lasso no matter what, right? And that's where the mistake happens. So what we're gonna do here, we want to do what we want to do. We don't want to hold too long and burn out our grips, because if I hold him for 3 minutes, he stands up and I hold for 3 minutes, and my grip is about to break, and then I let go of my grip because I burn out, and then he started passing, and then I'm gonna try to grip again. My grip will burn out. My grip was dying. Okay, that's the mistake. You wait too long to transition for something else. It means, because I'm a lasso guard player, it means you always have to play lasso. If the person stands up, and it's the worst enemy that you can have against a lasso guard player, you have to transition for something else. And there's a solution for you. The solution is change your grip as quick as possible. Mistake number 5 is when you hold too long and try to do something. You're trying to work on something that's not gonna work. It's illusion. It's like very illusion. Like you think that it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna sweep the person from lasso if you're not timing well, and then put the leg between and then flip the person over, right? Like the 180 sweep from lasso. Guys, the timing cannot be separating from the technique. Never forget this detail, okay? Want to learn that code? Timing have to work with the technique. You cannot be separate, because one's gonna take from the other and the disaster is gonna happen, okay? Super easy, okay? So all we have to focus, don't wait too long. That's it. So what I can do right here, I have the lasso, I get to my side, put my lasso in, and right away the person stands up. And now he gotta start like do a deadlift. You gotta start push it up. Yes, pull. Yes. And then from here I hold, try to bring him down, he's not gonna go, and then I let go, and then he hold my leg and pass my guard. So when I let go, push my leg to the side, boom. And then from here, Marcos, I'm having a hard time because he stands up. Even me. Look, I'm doing lasso since I was a white belt, and I'm training for 17 years and I'm still having a hard time on this position. What solution that I got? I have to transition quick. If I realize the person stands up, I have to change my plan. There is no lasso guard player that's gonna solve this problem. If the person holding for so long, there's not. So what you have to do is, don't do the mistake of holding too long. If you realize that the person stands up, be selfish. Start changing the idea. Don't freeze. The more you freeze, more you're gonna get tired. As any other position. Okay? If a close guard, I just hold for close guard, I'm gonna get tired. So lasso guard is not the same. Okay? So When the person stands up, right away, I don't want to burn out. I want to use advantage towards my side, not against me. Okay? So when I go here, I realize that he's already started coming up. I change the collar. Now, try posture up. He can't. Now he's gonna use this guy to start pushing the leg. I move my hip to the side and stay here. I still have the lasso and the collar grip. Now from here, I can play like foot on the biceps. I don't have to be collar sleeve player, the best out there, but it's enough. If you play lasso, it's enough to understand. I have the collar grip. Now from the lasso grip, I'm gonna go to the elbow and shoot my hip in the air. Sorry, go back. So I'm gonna shoot my hip in the air, pinch my knees there, and then start work on the omoplata and lock right here. Just stay right there, and then eventually gonna start come up and hold the omoplata. Okay, that's it. That's the mistake. Doesn't happen because you going to the lasso as your plan A. The person stood up. Go for the collar grip. Bring the person down. You start attacking the omoplata right there. So one more time. So I'm here. I get to the side. Right away the person stands up. I feel like he's already stands up. I don't think twice. Go on this near side collar. Now I pull him down. I can even push the far leg to make him this hands busy. From here, quick reaction from the lasso. 1 and start going 2. Now immediately gonna start letting go. And then from here, I can push this knee down. I can start coming up and invest a little bit more on my omoplata attack. Okay? So that's it. Mistake number 5 is to identify the mistake as quick as possible and don't let the position get worse and lose everything. Okay? So if you're a lasso player, focus on those 5 details, 5 mistakes that you do it without realize that you're doing it. And if you understand these 5 points, your lasso game is gonna become very, very good, and I have no doubt about it. Okay, so if you understand those valuable points, I have nothing else to share with you guys. You know what I mean? Besides, if you cover up all these, what I'm gonna cover up next is what the person's doing against you, positional wise, but these are all concepts that you have to get ready, get better. If you get this better, we covered up whatever comes after this is a lot easier than this one. Okay, so if you cover up this, I believe you're gonna have less mistakes to do in a game, and difficulties always will happen, problems always will happen, and I'm gonna try my best to keep sharing with you guys and make your position better and better. Okay, so if you guys like this video, guys, make sure you subscribe my channel and share with your friends, and I'm here to help you get better in Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so help me grow my channel and I'll help you get better in Jiu-Jitsu. And also, if you want to check it out, all my instructional, I have 2 amazing instructions, mastering a lasso and submissions from lasso. So submissions from everywhere from lasso. So I have 2 instructional about lasso at bjfanatics.com. So I'm gonna leave the link right here in the description of this video, so make sure you check it out. If you cover up these details, the instruction is gonna be perfect, gonna be amazing for you to finish your technique, sweeping, submission the person, every angle is possible. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support. If you like to see more videos, make sure you like and subscribe my channel. Os.